Yeah, how about those big Tom Brady win yesterday, going back to the Super Bowl?
Oh, I'm so tired.
I just read some crazy statistic this morning that he's been in the Super Bowl 10 out of 21 seasons.
I'm just tired right now.
That's crazy. He has a better chance of going to the Super Bowl than Steph Curry has 3-point shooting percentage. I read that this morning. Pretty wild.
Past Reggie Miller.
Past Curry just passed Reggie Miller. All right. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
My headphones are really great.
All right. So I want you to pencil out. We're just going to go to the vocab word. So everybody find that first vocab word with your pointer finger. I want you guys to point at it. Okay, find it with me. The word is segregated. What's that word, everybody?
Segregated.
Okay, I didn't hear everybody. I need to make sure I hear all your guys' voice. The word segregated. What's that word?
Segregated.
Good. Now I want you to turn to the person next to you and say that word to him. What's that word?
Segregated.
Good. Now I want you to say it to the ceiling. What's that word?
Segregated.
Good. Now sound it out with me. You ready to go?
Segregated.
Perfect. So, thanks a ton for following along there and saying that out loud with me. It is illegal for schools to be segregated based on race. Yeah. So in this case, segregated would be what? One people put over here, put over there, they are separate. Yeah. So separated by race is basically segregated. Segregated is the same thing as separated. So, oh. 1 second. Separated by race. Okay, same thing as segregated. So up until the 1960s, and even some schools today in certain parts of America are still segregated by race. Okay, you guys probably read some stuff about it in history classes. Okay, but it really wasn't that long ago, 60 years ago. Yeah, so not too long ago. Okay, I want you guys to find the example question with me. So find the example question right under the definition. Starts with what is. Okay, I'm going to read the definition out loud, or sorry, the question out loud. When I pause, I want you guys to say the word out loud that I pause at. Okay, so find that question with your pointer finger. Find it, Abraham. Find it, like the Beckham. Ready to go. Thanks, Kaylee. Appreciate it, Alicia. Okay. What is something that it used to be
Segregated.
Good in the United States? Okay, so what's something that used to be segregated in the United States? Okay, so we're going to put something that used to be segregated. Okay, so everybody write segregated in that first blank. So it used to be segregated in the United States was what? What are things that used to be segregated?
Drinking fountains.
Drinking fountains. What else? What else besides drinking fountains? What's something, Miles? Bathrooms, good. What else?
Seats.
Rigo. I'd say sinks. Those are kind of like bathrooms. Think of one, Rigo?
Seats.
Oh, seats, like in restaurants and buses.
A bath.
Right. Did you say seats or sinks?
Seats.
Sinks? Like in a bathroom? Kind of. Okay, it's close. Okay. Oh, Rigo. Okay. All right. So different options would be like. So like seats on buses, maybe
Drinking fountains.
restaurants,
A toilet.
drinking fountains, bathrooms.
What? No, I'm still tired.
Okay. So you're gonna put one of these examples here in my sentence. Okay. So it's gonna say something used to be segregated in the United States was, and you're just gonna list off one of these examples. I'm just gonna say drinking fountains, just because it's a very public one. Okay, so I'm just going to come around check your sentence. Make sure you've got something written there. Okay, make sure you got a period at the end. Yep, looking really good. Okay, so let's make sure you got your sentence written there with a period at the end. So I need to get the separator written right here.
Come to college.
Yeah, that's right in here. Yeah, we don't have like,
Come play ball.
or anything. Where is that? Is it open? So
Yeah.
Segregated, separate up there.
Just
Not
not
all,
right
we can't just copy what we have now. We're just
It's just not for the weekend. But come out to school.
Yeah, he wanted to.
So it's just you know where it's in you know Cottonwood Ward Rec Center by Butler. Butler High School. Butler Middle. Wait, what are you from here?
yeah, but
You just go down, you go up, and then you go
yeah, good. Yeah, because it wouldn't just be like water, because there's water, you know, in lakes and stuff like that. Okay. All right. Why don't you go ahead and share with us the sentence that you wrote, please? Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to actually share our sentence with the person next to us, okay, out loud. Okay, so I'm going to have, let's see here, Alicia, I have you readers Braden. Jack, I have you readers the Rigo. Jack, you're
Yeah.
readers Rigo. Michaela, you and Beckham. Okay. Miles, you'll read yours with Charlie and Abraham. I'll just have you readers to me. Okay, so here's what I expect. You guys are going to read your sentence to the person next to you, starting with something all the way to whatever you put at the end. Okay? Just read out loud, then they'll read it out loud to you, and then we're done. Okay? So, first person reading first, okay, is the person, okay, that is the tallest out of you two.
Oh my goodness. You're
Okay,
the tallest.
so who's taller? Whoever's taller is reading first. Okay, Jack, you're definitely taller than Rigo. Okay, Beck, I'm assuming, are you taller than Kaylee?
Yeah.
Probably. Okay. Alright, okay, first person that's reading first, a taller person. I want to hear you read your partner. Ready, go!
Something that used to be segregated in the United States
was bad.
Okay. Something that we
segregated in the United
Something that is.
Hey, Miles, so make sure you're listening to him when he reads. Okay, so he's paying attention to you when you're reading, alright? So just make sure you're paying attention. Okay, here's some really good partner work. Let's wrap it up. Why don't you go share with us and take that headphone out, please, Rigo. Both of them. Okay. All right. Why don't you go ahead and share with us the sentence that you wrote, please, McKaylee? Good. So buses used to be segregated. It was like not buses for blacks and whites, but it was like parts of the bus. So black people or African American people, I guess, used to have to sit in like the back of the bus. Which I'm not sure why that's worse than the front. Yeah, I don't know. I like sitting in the back every time. Yeah, I don't know. So whatever, but that was how it was on buses. I'm not sure, and I think the way it used to work too is if like a white person got on and there weren't any empty seats, I think black people were supposed to move for them, which is obviously way messed up. So, okay, why don't you go ahead and share this that you put, please, Charlie?
Something that used to be
Segregated.
in the United States was drinking.
Good. So drinking fountains, another thing that used to be segregated. So you used to go to public parks, okay, or public places, and they would have like a whites only and a blacks only drinking fountain. Okay. Alright. Really good work there. Could you scroll down for me? Hey, let's find the next word. So everyone should be done with segregated. Everyone's find the next word. Point out with your pointer finger. Read with me. The word is established. What's that word, everybody?
Established.
Good. I'm glad I can hear you nice and loud, but I want to hear you guys louder. What's that word, everybody?
Established.
Good. Now I want you to turn to the person next to you and say that word. This word established. What's that word?
Established.
Good. Now I want you to say to the ground.
Established.
Good. Now sound it out with me. You ready? Go.
Established.
Perfect. I needed to research the costs before I could establish a plan to buy a new bike. Okay? So in this case, establish would be to set up an organization or system. So if I set up an organization or system, I establish it. Okay? So if I set up an organization or system, I do what, everybody? Establish. Good, yeah. So think of like you start something new, you would have established it. Okay, so I set it up, I established it. Yes. Sorry, that's supposed to be two separate words, not one. Okay. But set up an organization. Okay, so like maybe you're by yourself, you got a few friends together to go play some pickup basketball. You would have established a pickup basketball game. Okay, you're kind of just setting up an organization of people, right? Okay, so everybody get that written down. Make sure you got set up. Get set up for me. Let's get that written down. Thanks for getting that written down, Abraham. Okay, thanks Tom for following along. Doing awesome so far. Appreciate that. Okay, doing great. Alright, so I want you guys to find the example question with me. Okay? And we're going to read the whole question out loud this time. Instead of me, you guys saying one word, I want you guys to read the whole question with me. So everybody find the question. Starts with, what is a club? I want you guys to read the whole thing out with me. I want to hear those voices. Read with me. Ready? Go! What is a club you would want to establish at school? Okay, I appreciate you reading that. Glad I could hear your voices. Thanks, Tom, for following along. So, what is a club that you would want to establish at school? Okay, so what's something you would want to set up? So you're going to write, a club that I want to establish at school is what? So think of something you can, club that maybe we already have it here and just something but maybe you'd want to start your own. Okay, it could be like a book club or a Call of Duty club, maybe a basketball club. I don't know. Maybe it's like a gaming club. Yeah. So gaming club. We did used to actually have a video game club here, but we haven't had it for 2 years probably since COVID. Sewing, okay, good one. Yeah. Just think of something you like. It could be a sport. It could be an activity. Basketball. Okay. It could be like maybe like watching movies. You just want to watch movies. Maybe it's like the listen to music club.
Baseball club?
Okay, so my example sentence is, a club that I want to establish at school is all about listening to different kinds of music. Okay, so maybe it's me and I put on a song, then you put on a song, and we just jam out, listen to whatever. Okay, yeah, so just get something written down. Make sure you have a period at the end. Okay, there's no right or wrong. Just think of like anything people would meet together for. What would be a club? Okay, just make sure you have a period at the end. Good job.
That's a D.
So, club is CLUB.
Where's the other side? There you go.
Baseball, okay, I like that. I don't think we have one of those here.
Hey, what?
Good job.
Alright, here's what I want you guys to do. Looks like everyone's got something down now. We're going to share our sentence with the person next to us. Okay, but this time the person that read second is going to read first. So the shorter person in the group is going to read first this time. Okay, so remember, here's what I expect. You guys read the whole sentence, starting with a club till whatever you wrote at the end. Okay, you say your sentence. While you're reading, I expect if you're not reading, you're listening to your partner. As soon as they get done, you read. Make sure you're paying attention, okay? But shouldn't be reading to nobody. Okay. First person read, which was the second person last time. Ready, go.
The club that I want to establish at school is a basketball club.
At school.
club that I want to establish. I put basketball club.
Okay, ready?
So maybe a
Basketball?
club I would want to establish
Yeah.
is
You wanna
a
do basketball, Jack?
club that's like
Well, I didn't play basketball for you. I suck at
All right, I hear some really good partner work.
Yeah, I do.
Thanks a ton for working with your partner.
Good job.
Appreciate working with your partner.
What is that?
Appreciate working with your partner. All right, I'm gonna call on a couple people to share out their example sentence. Why don't you go ahead and share this what you wrote, please, Alicia?
Okay. A club that I want established is a sewing club.
Ooh, a sewing club. Maybe you like sewing or creating different things with fabric and yarn and stuff like that. So you like a sewing club. I like sewing, and I would like to join that club. Really great sentence, Alicia. Okay, it's something you'd want to establish or set up, right? Really good one. Why don't you go ahead and share so that you put, please, Beckham?
A club that I want to establish at school is Nintendo Club.
Good. So a Nintendo Club is a club that Beckham also established or set up here at Olympus because there's a lot of students that probably play Nintendo that you can play with, right? Really good one. And last one, share with us what you put, please. Miles?
A club that I want to establish at school is a baseball.
Good. So a baseball club would be a club that Miles wants to establish or set up here at school. You got a group of people do it, play some baseball together. Okay. Really great sentences. Okay, you guys are doing awesome with the vocab so far. There's 2 words on the bottom of page 199 we're gonna go over really quick. So everybody just flip the page over to the bottom of page 199. Those 2 words in the little gray box at the bottom. So find the first word. The word is
Commandeer. Commendation.
Commendation. Okay, the word is commendation. What's that word, everybody?
Commendation.
Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. The word's commendation. What's that word?
Commendation.
Commendation is an official statement praising someone. So when you get a commendation, that's like someone's saying something good about you. Okay? The next word is shrapnel. What's that word, everybody?
Shrapnel.
Wait, I didn't hear everybody. The word shrapnel. What's that word?
Shrapnel.
Okay, perfect. Appreciate you reading that with me. So shrapnel are small pieces of metal from a bomb. Okay, so if like a bomb goes off, okay, and you get like a piece of something goes into you, that's shrapnel. Okay, or like if let's say somebody shoots a bullet, okay, and it like hits something and a piece of it goes off somewhere else, that's called shrapnel. Okay. All right. What I want you guys to do, okay, is okay. So when we originally started going to this workshop, we watched the Anchor video where we learned that more than 150,000 brave Allied troops invaded Normandy Beach on June 6, 1944. Okay, today we're going to read about black Allied soldiers who fought on D-Day. Okay? So before we read, I want you guys to just take a look at the picture here on the top of page 198. Okay, so just take a look at the picture here. Does anybody know what this is? This big thing is?
Is it a balloon?
It is a balloon, but does anybody know what kind of balloon it is?
It's a blimp.
A blimp. Ooh, that's correct. Okay, so it's a blimp. What we kind of know is a blimp, but back in the old days, they're called zeppelins.
Yeah, it's a balloon.
Okay, it's a blimp. They were also called zeppelins back in the day. So if you ever heard of the band Led Zeppelin, whatever they named anyway. Okay. They were supposed to be used in warfare, but they were like a really terrible idea because they're filled with helium gas.
So it's like a bomb.
Yeah, pretty much. So, anyway, okay, I'll just read this. So it says some black soldiers set up barrage balloons. These balloons protected troops from attack planes because planes would be damaged if they flew into the cables. Okay, so I don't know how high up in the air they are. Hard to tell from that picture, but yeah, high, I guess. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Would you just scroll down to the other page for me, just the top of the next page?
What?
199.
Yeah, just right up here. Yep, perfect. Okay. So right at the top of page 199, there's this key idea question that we're going to be thinking about while we read. Okay, so I want you guys to find that key idea question. So it says, how did Corporal Woodson show bravery on D-Day? Who can tell me for a piece of candy, what does bravery mean?
Brave, like you're not
Bravery.
you're not brave or something.
Yeah, brave, I'm brave? What? That doesn't make sense.
You're not gonna do something.
I'm not afraid. There we go. Brave is brave, but brave means, yeah, I'm not afraid of something. Okay, so I want you to think about how did Corporal Woodson show that he's not afraid, okay, on D-Day. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read, okay, out loud. Okay, for paragraphs, or for the first page, I'm just going to read it out loud. Okay, all I expect you guys to follow along. Okay, when we get to the second page, I'm also going to read it out loud, but when I pause, I want you guys to say the word out loud. Okay, so just listen while I read the first couple paragraphs, and then we'll get to the next page. So, when Allies hit the beaches of Normandy more than 70 years ago, there were black soldiers. The U.S. Army, however, was still segregated.
Segregated.
Thank you, Jack. Okay. In fact, the U.S. First Army Omaha Beach assault team had less than 500 blacks out of 29,714 troops. The black soldiers made up one section of the 275th Quartermaster Service Company. They also made up less than one battery of the 320th Anti-Aircraft Balloon Battalion. The balloons they deployed were meant to protect those storming the beach from low-flying, strafing aircraft. I don't know what strafing is. Maybe. Okay. The iconic pictures of those silver barrage balloons floating over Omaha and Utah beaches were de facto flags marking the presence of African Americans on D-Day. Okay, so who flew those big balloons? Which soldiers flew those? It was on D-Day, but which soldiers were they?
Utah.
No, the African American soldiers. Okay, so remember, yeah, we're talking about African American soldiers. So the black soldiers, this is kind of showing them. All right. Okay, paragraph 3, last page. When this last page, I expect you're following with your pointer finger. When I pause, I want you guys to say the word out loud. So everybody get their pointer finger. Top page 199. Charlie's ready to go. Thank you, Rigo, for being ready to go. Appreciate Beckham being ready to go. Jack, thank you. Okay, starting. The 320th earned a letter of commendation from General Dwight D. Eisenhower. Additional individual awards were given to some of the unit's soldiers. War historians note that one man in the 320th distinguished himself above many others. Good. Corporal Waverly B. Woodson, Jr. enlisted out of love of country and a sense of duty. Good. Despite this, when Woodson and other African Americans put on their uniforms in the early 1940s, they still found themselves considered second-class citizens. This would certainly prove true when it came to recognizing Woodson's valor. Okay, so valor. So valor is the same thing as bravery. Okay. Paragraph 5. Woodson, a medical corpsman with the 320th, rode in a landing craft during the initial assault. He reportedly suffered a shrapnel wound to the groin when the vessel struck a floating mine. Mine, good. So what does that mean? What's a floating mine?
A mine that floats or something.
Okay, what does that mean though?
It's your leg.
Okay, so it floats. What's a mine?
Alright, yeah.
What's a mine though?
Okay.
Not like I'm digging in the mountain for metal. What's like a mine in war?
It's is it like where you throw it and it can explode?
Okay, very Pretty much. So a mine is like something that's on the ground and it explodes if you step on it. So you probably maybe heard the term landmine. Okay, so that means like they're buried underground. You step on them and they kill you. Okay, so a mine in the water, you've seen in like video games or somewhere in a movie. Okay, usually they're like strapped to the bottom of the ocean with like a rock or something on a chain. Or sorry, I'm trying to draw with not the right marker. Okay, so anyway, they're hooked to the bottom of the ocean or water with a chain, and then it's kind of like floating up. And so once something goes over and hits it, it'll explode. So those are mines in the water. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Does everyone know where we're at? We're right here, under continuous fire. Okay. So everybody find that right in the middle of paragraph 5. Find it. We're almost done here. Find it, Miles. Let's find it. Right here. Yep. Okay. Under continuous fire, Corpsman Woodson ignored his own wounds and assisted in
establishing
an aid station on the beach. He remained on continuous duty, treating casualties for the next 18
hours.
Hey, remember, what are casualties? People that what?
Or in suits.
Ooh, injured. Not just in suit, they're injured or they're dead. Okay. Alright. He then assisted in retrieving and reviving 3 soldiers who had nearly drowned. Okay, last paragraph here. Woodson was given the Bronze
Star.
Good for his actions that day. However, records suggest that Woodson was originally recommended for a Medal of
Honor.
Good. The white commander of the 320th, Lieutenant Colonel Leon J. Reed, forwarded recommendation for a higher honor up the
chain.
Good. But as late as 1973, efforts to award Woodson for the nation's highest military decoration were lost when a
fire.
Good. The National Personnel Records Center destroyed all evidence of Woodson's actions. Good. That's disappointing. So he was a war hero, supposed to get a Medal of Honor, but then they kind of forgot about him a little bit. So that's too bad. Okay. Tay, would you mind scrolling back up to that question box up here? Perfect. All right. So, how did Corporal Woodson show bravery on D-Day? What did he do? So he got wounded, and then what did he do? Did he just like go back and find the hospital? What did he do, Michaela? You think? Raise your hand. Yes, that's exactly correct. So how did Corporal Watson show bravery on D-Day? Okay, let's say he showed bravery by saving others while he was injured.
Like when people were drowning.
Yep.
Show bravery.
Yep.
You have to write the whole sentence.
Yep. Everybody write this whole sentence down. He showed bravery by saving others even though he was injured. So he got hit by shrapnel in the groin, which is down in this area down there. Could mean a lot of things. Okay. So just get that written down. Once you get it, so you can go ahead and put your book away. Okay, good. Make sure you got a period at the end. Okay, looks good, Miles. Okay, looks good. Go put that away. Okay, so make sure you get the sentence written with a period at the end. Once, me, then.
Write it, just write down.
Yeah, Karen. Any of us check it off, you're good to go. Got that, Charlie? Okay.
Good job. Go ahead. Put it away.
All right, here's what we're going to do.